Hello everyone, my name is Preksha and today we are here with Mr. Prabodh from Durban, South Africa. So thank you so much for being here for the video.
Thank you.
And firstly, I request you to introduce yourself to the viewers.
So thank you, Preksha ji. I am Prabodh Nardev Vedalanka. I'm presently in the Delhi area in Rohtak, but I come from Durban, South Africa. I've just come about 2 days ago, and I've been with Swamiji Aditya Vesh for a couple of days. I'll be here for the next day or two.
So how are you feeling after coming back to your motherland?
So Preksha ji, I've come here about 10-12 years ago, but that was more a tourist type of visit where we went from Srinagar to lots of other places. This time the purpose is just twofold. One is that we're meeting up with family in Rajkot from my wife's side, Rita, and my family from Surat. And then the idea was also to spend some time with Swamiji, just to be with him and go with him to the different places. And I must tell you, from yesterday and even today, we only reached yesterday afternoon, but the last evening we went to an ashram, and also we went to ashrams and Gurukul ashrams today. It was an excellent experience. It was really, I was quite amazed for some of the Gurukuls that were there, the children that were there. I can just see that Gurukul में जिस ढंग से अभी हो रहा है मंत्र उच्चारण, हम संध्या में भी शाम को वहाँ पर थे, हमको भी कुछ मौका मिला वहाँ पर बोलने के लिए, बहुत अच्छा लगा अभी तक। और आपको मालूम, मेरे को खाना अच्छा लगता है, तो सभी जगह मैंने अच्छी तरह के खाया, ओरिजिनल वो देसी खाना आप कहते हैं, खेत से उगा हुआ, तो बहुत अच्छा लगा। प्रेक्षा,
So till when you are here in India?
So as I said, our journey is just slightly over 3 weeks, and we've started from Delhi. We'll be leaving for Dehradun in a couple of days' time on Tuesday morning, and then Dehradun we'll be there. We will be going to Gurukul Kangri. So why Gurukul Kangri is important is where my dad Nardevji Vedalankar studied there, and in Gurukul Kangri he was then had become a Snatak, and then he became a Vedalankar, Vedoke Alankar. And thereafter we're going to Parmarth Ashram. My children want to experience what we call a Ganga Aarti. We'll be staying over. Next day we're going to a friend's place, Ravi Bhai, in Dehradun, and we're going to Missouri, then thereafter to Shimla. Then we're coming down south again, and we'll be going to Rajkot. Rajkot, as I said, we'll spend a few nights and a few days there with my wife's family, and thereafter we go to Surat. Surat, we're spending little extra days to meet a lot of family there, and happily we've arranged our trip slightly because my cousin brother, his name is Subodh. तो सुबोध जो है उनके भाई है विजय, और विजय का बेटा जय, उनकी अभी शादी होने वाली है 24वीं फरवरी को। तो हम सब खुश है कि जो रस्म है शादी की, और उनके 3 दिन पहले कुछ मेहंदी है, कुछ गीत है, उसको हम भी भाग लेंगे, और आखिर में निकल जाएंगे सूरत से कोचीन तक। कोचीन हम पहली बार वहाँ पर जाने वाले हैं। उसी पहले हमारे बच्चे लोग, हमारी बहन है संध्या, वो भी चले जाएगी। आखिर में मैं और मेरे भाई और चंद्रिका और रीता साथ में होंगे। और कोचीन 4 दिन, वह बैक क्वार्टर्स है, टी एस्टेट है, और कोचीन से फिर वी गोइंग बैक टू दुबई एंड दुबई टू डर्बन. सो आवर ट्रिप इज स्लाइटली ओवर 3 weeks. But if this is what we've seen so far, Preksha, I can think we're going to be having a good time. Yeah.
Yes, you are going to have a good time, and even you have a very busy schedule, I think. हम लोग यहाँ इंडिया में होकर भी इतनी जगह नहीं घूमे हैं, तो I just think you are going to share your experience with us, so that all of us can visit the same place.
Sure.
So let us know how you are connected with Arya Samaj in South Africa.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So in Arya Samaj, my dad Nardevji, as I mentioned a little earlier, he was born in a town called Tundi near Surat somewhere, and then thereafter he went to Supa Gurukul, which is probably the lower kakshas, the lower standards over there. and that's about 40 kilometers away from where he was staying. And then when he finished off in Zupa Gurukul, he went to Gurukul Kangli, and he studied there, and he finished off. And then what happened is that in around 1947, some Gujarati officials from Durban were looking for a Gujarati teacher. And they came and they saw and they interviewed Nardarji, and they were happy with him, and they said, okay, come to South Africa. So he came in South Africa in 1947, and my mother came, Jasuben, she came a few years later with my eldest sister, who's no more now, Professor Usha Desai. So those three were born in India. And then when he came here, because he had studied in Gurukul, then other than doing the Gujarati in a Pathshala over there, he saw the need to do additional work in the Arya Samaj community. Next year, Arya Samaj will be 100 years old, so they established in 1925 by Swami Shankaranand. So he did work there. He established a lot of, like, call it committees where we train priests, right? And also we do prachar work in English, because back in South Africa, not many people speak the language. Some do, so we have to do it in English. So we have graded exams in English from elementary level to postgraduate level along the way. So that's going on. Panditji also started the training of Vedic priests in the 1950s. Presently, there's about 90 odd Vedic priests that we have, and they follow a particular systematic system that it's over a 3 or 4 year course, academics for about 3 years or so, and the 4th year is a little bit of training and practicalities, and then after that you do your graduation. And when you do your graduation, you're awarded a blue gown with a little pink ribbon around that, and that's uniform to all Vedic priests. So one good thing is, other than knowing the 16 sanskars, which is quite Swamiji Dayanand had spoken about in Sanskar Vedi, the time limit it takes for everybody. So everything's systematic. So assuming a Vedic Vivaha Sanskar takes about 60 minutes, reasonably you'll find all Vedic Purohits conducting in that same time. So therefore we became related to that, and then he was involved in Arya Samaj. He was what we would call a chief Vedic priest. He never took any official position, not as a president or secretary or kuch bhi, but because he was a Vedic priest, a Vedic Purohit, he was known as a chief Vedic priest. And then because you grew up in that family, then automatically we studied Hindi, we studied Gujarati, and we had a busy schedule, Prakshaji. So in the morning we should go to English school from 8 o'clock to say about 2:30, right? Then Monday to Friday, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock was Gujarati school. And we all had gone. And the maximum number was until maybe standard 7 or so. Then some of us, like the family and others, then we went to Hindi school in the evening from 5:30 to 7:30. And many of us, we studied to a high level. The exam should come from Varda. And just to let you know, those days the postal services everywhere, India, South Africa, should work very well. So the exam papers which should come in a sealed envelope with that orange red seal that you may be familiar with, right? Mm-hmm. And those exam papers were open in front of you when you were writing the exam. So that's how it was, not any funny business, so to speak. When you finish at the exams, परीक्षा के बाद फिर वापस वो envelope में वो seal हो जाएगा, फिर वर्दा भेज देगा वो, और उसका result भी वहाँ से आ जाएगा. So many in my family have done advanced level, and my sisters have done what you call Ratna, which is like BA in Hindi. And then presently we involved in Arya Samaj work. And if you want, I can share a few things about present what Arya Samaj is doing.
Yes, you can share for sure.
All right. So presently Arya Samaj, as I said, next year it's going to be about 100 years. We've just moved into new premises just a few years ago. Our existing premises back in town itself, Kala Street, we were forced to sell it because, like most cities then, there's a geographic term called urban decay. So urban decay means that the city becomes a bit run down, so to speak. So you have unsavory elements coming to your area, and the numbers in our temple, in our Vedic mandir mein, ek samay 300 se zyada aate the. तो अभी धीरे धीरे कम हुए, आखिर में सिर्फ 40-50 लोग आते थे, तो इसलिए हमको फिर से सोचना पड़ा और हमने वो जो हमारी प्रॉपर्टी थी वो बेच दी और अभी ओवरपॉट डरबन में है. So we have a new society there, not a new building over there, and we operate from there. Arya Samaj also have, what in Hindi you say shakhas, right? Branches.
Shakhas, yes.
So we have about 28 shakhas. That's in Johannesburg area, then in the Pietermaritzburg area. And Pietermaritzburg is very strong. You have at least about 8 or 9, and established many years ago. What you would call pioneer Arya Samaj families. And the others are then in the Durban area, which is north and south and east and that type of thing over there. So but we all struggle a bit because the society is small, but we try and do our best. So we spoke about Vedic Purohit Mandal training of priests, Ved Niketan, which is the publishing of books and examinations over there. Naranjeevan Vedic Center is in a what you call informal settlement. In your case, you'll call it amongst the Jhopparpattis. So majority of them are the local black citizens who stay there. So we have a Swamiji Maitri that stays there over there. And we so there's from the municipality and from other supporting sister bodies that help up clinics there that will help the poor people. And then we have a women's forum that does sort of quarterly conferences and seminars, if you call it, but topics that involve anything pertaining to ladies by and large. Then the last one we have what you call HEAL Foundation. So HEAL, Humanity, Environment and Animal Liberation, which is protection of pets and that type of thing over there. And one of our major things that we had is called a Project Tripti. It costs quite a bit. So in the rural areas, if there's no water, then with the donations that we get from our good donors, we put up like 8 boreholes in the rural area of where we stay, where there's no water, no river flowing or nothing. So we dig a borehole right down, right, and you extract water from the bottom, and that whole facility is all sorted out. We have people that help us in these things along the way. So that person who's in the school now has running water to drink. Previously they didn't have, and from what we understand from the principals who were there, when they should get a budget from the government to run the school, they were forced to buy water for the pupils. And where that money came from the budget of the stationery. So what is more important, to drink water and just be surviving, or to teach the guys? So it became very difficult. So we help where we can. It's all based on the support from. So presently Arya Samaj is there. It's going strong. We're continuing the legacy along the way, and hopefully in the future, when new people and younger people come, they'll probably put in more projects for Arya Samaj. So
So nice of you. Thank you so much for giving us and sharing the information. So is there any message that you want to give to the viewers?
Prakshaji, the message will be for the youngsters. See, I'm sure it seems to be a common problem anywhere. So we'll talk in particular from the country you come, which is India, and the country I come, which is South Africa. If the younger people, we get the feeling that perhaps they getting a bit too westernized. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but we also saying don't forget 2 things. So in Hindi, we probably call Bhasha and Sanskruti, or we'll call it culture and religion and dharma, right, along the way. So I'm telling you, we studied at a quite a bit of level. The enrollment for some of these things are a little bit less. So I'm sure you probably have the same problem in India. So I'm just encouraging via you to the viewers out there, just ensure, don't force, just ensure, encourage that the children don't forget their Matrubhasha, right, their Dharma and their Sanskriti. I just appeal to the youngsters, agree that you get a bit Western, you go to English medium schools and whatever it is, but your roots and your identity lie in these 3 things of Bhasha, Sanskriti and Dharma. I think that's important.
So it was a very nice interview, and even I got to know some new information. And I hope that I will be also a part of the Arya Samaj in South Africa. So thank you so much for being the part of the interview, and I hope we are going to meet soon again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Praksha ji. Thank you for having me over. Much appreciated. Namaste.